Over about the last 100 years, farming has gone from a mule pulling a plow through a field to tractors that quite literally drive themselves. Now, much of this innovation has come about as a result of investments farmers have made in research. These so-called checkoff funds help growers deliver a safe, affordable product to consumers.
Stanley Walters planted his first crop shortly after he graduated from Mississippi State University in 1977. In more than 40 years since, Stanley's witnessed a lot of changes and improvements in agriculture. His own farm has grown to include 6,000 acres of corn and soybeans, and he says he's able to manage that amount of land thanks in part to innovations that came about through research.
We've been conservation tillage since 1996. I'm probably the first farmer that farmed conservation tillage in the prairie. And we don't continually no-till, but we try to no-till all we can.
Stanley and other farmers like him actually fund these projects themselves through the Wheat and Feed Grains Checkoff program.
Well, that checkoff is a 1 cent per bushel of corn, wheat, grain sorghum, or oats. So any of those products that go to a buying point, 1 cent per bushel is taken from that.
1 cent per bushel is not much for individual farmers, but based on Alabama's crop yield, it adds up quickly. The Wheat and Feed Grains Checkoff usually totals about $500,000 each year. Of that, about 2/3 is spent on research that benefits farmers.
Irrigation is a big one. Some don't feel that it's profitable on their farm, so we actually have a study this year where they're putting some economics behind it to kind of decide on certain soil whether it is beneficial for those farmers or not.
Variety trials generally give you an indication that what's going on with the varieties. Every variety is not suited for every area, and we fund on-farm variety trials, and that gives us an indication of some of the better varieties for our situation.
In addition to research, checkoff funds can be spent on education and promotion. Every penny paid out is approved by a 12-member committee of farmers who are elected by other farmers to ensure that these legal requirements are met. If a farmer chooses not to participate, he or she can easily get a refund, but that's rare.
I think it's definitely an endorsement of this program. When you're not getting the refund request and you feel like the committee that is overseeing the funds are doing the job that they should be doing, and I really think the committee is doing a great job of going back. I know a lot of them have said that they've talked to people in their county or just in their area to find out what they want the money spent on, and when they're doing that, I think people feel more comfortable, donating the money and leaving it in the checkoff.
There are similar checkoff programs for several other farm commodities. These programs have to be reauthorized periodically, and 2021 is an election year for wheat and feed grain producers. Farmers expect another strong endorsement of the program.
It's been overwhelmingly supported, and it will be so in a new referendum. It won't be unanimous, but it'll be close.
Welcome to Alabama Smart Yards. We're creating beautiful landscapes that protect natural environments. Why? Because it's the smart thing to do. Today, Mallory Kelley will talk about making smart plant choices. Some need sun, some need shade, some need a little of both.
It's important to provide the proper environment for plants to thrive in your garden. Different plants require different amounts of sunlight to grow successfully. Before selecting plants, it's important to understand the light patterns in your garden. These conditions should affect your plant choices. Observe your garden. Which areas receive morning or afternoon sun? Where is north, south, east, and west? Partial shade is 4 hours of sun or less per day, where full shade is less than 2 hours of sunlight per day. Shade-loving plants can tolerate direct sun in the early morning, but extended sunlight leads to bleached, scorched, or burned leaves. Many shade plants are adapted to competing with trees. However, some may require supplemental water. Choosing shade-loving plants that tolerate dry sites is the best option. Brighten your shade garden by adding plant varieties that have variegated foliage or bright green leaves. Pick plants with bright flowers like white and light pink blooms. Lighter colors reflect light and brighten dark corners. Shade gardens are often more restful than sunny landscapes. A woodland garden can be especially beautiful with meandering paths and places to sit. Shady gardens have beauty in every season, from early spring blooms to interesting summer textures, colorful fall foliage, and winter evergreens. It just takes a little planning and thoughtful plant choices to create garden interest year-round.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith. Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all right here in Alabama.
What one thing can you say about your local quality co-op store? You can trust us. You get what you need for your farm, for your lawn and garden, and the safest products for your pets. We're locally owned and operated, and you can trust that we care about our community and the people in it. So if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, the Quality Co-op Store has exactly what you need to get the job done. All this plus friendly, knowledgeable advice. Your Quality Co-op Store. There's one near you.
If you need health insurance for any reason, the experts at Alpha Health can help. Understanding your health insurance options is not always easy, but they can even assist you in applying for subsidies to cover a portion of the cost. Plus, Alpha Health can help you sign up for a Medicare supplement and Part D prescription drug plan. During the special enrollment period, call Alpha Health at 800-392-5705.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
For more Simply Southern, follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern continues in a moment.
Sweet Grown Alabama is such an amazing brand. It'll be great for consumers to be able to connect immediately with an Alabama grown or made product.
Sweet Grown Alabama, what it means to us is community. By buying Sweet Grown Alabama, you are able to support your community and plan to play your part and help the farmers.
There's a huge advantage just to your local community by buying local, whether it's local farms or local businesses.
Find Sweet Grown Alabama farms, markets, restaurants, and stores near you at sweetgrownalabama.org.